What's up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Des. I go by Des B. If you're new here, hello, and if you're not new here, welcome back. I am sitting down for the first time in probably 4 or 5 weeks in front of my background, and as you guys see, I'm missing my cute little dangly lights, but I do have this up and I'm really excited because this is one of my favorite places to do videos. I love to just sit down, I love to talk. It's kind of like having my own little talk show, and it's just a blast. As much as I love vlogs, I'm just excited to be back in front of you guys, being able to give you a true and real conversation without stopping. So I did want to give you guys a little bit of an update and have a little bit of fun with this video, just being very honest, very raw, you know, not a lot of edits, just honestly letting you guys in on my life and what that's looked like the past 4 weeks since making the move back home cross country, buying a home, starting a brand new 6-week challenge, you know, getting married, all of these crazy things that happened within the past few months, but especially the past 4 weeks just really coming at us. So first things first, I do want to chat about kind of our home update and moving in and all of that. My husband and I, we did buy a house. It is so beautiful. It's exactly what we could have asked for in a near forever home. I mean, our game plan is to build our next home once we do have children, but we were looking for a home where we could maybe just have it until we have a kid, then have to build our home, or maybe we have 1 kid and that's it. But the house that we found, we are so excited. We can grow 3, even 4 kids deep in this house, which I don't want 4 kids. We do have some projects on the house that we're gonna have to execute, but it's literally a home. It's somewhere that for the first time in my life, ever since being in my own home as a kid and as a young adult, I'm gonna be for a 10 to 12 year span, which is so incredibly scary to say out loud. That is such a long time, but when you live in college and when you live in your adult life and you're moving and you're in apartment to apartment, it's weird to imagine being somewhere longer than a year lease, right? So I'm very excited. We are moving in March 1st. So we are closing at the end of this month, but we are not moving until the 1st because the seller just has to get into their new home, and we respect that. So we did find a home actually to rent for the rest of January and February, which I'm really excited because we're gonna be still in like our own environment again and not just living at my in-laws, which God bless them. It was so great to be able to come back here and just relax for a little bit, but we do want our own space as a newly married couple with our little dogs, and so we're really excited to just get into a spot, relax for, you know, literally a month and a half, and then move into our own house. If you guys would like more of kind of a house update slash like buying a home, what did that look like? How was that process? Let me know below. I'm always open to sharing, especially the kind of process it is that not a lot of people chat about, at least very just like comfortably, right? It's like sometimes it gets way too, you know, big words and like financing and all this stuff. I just want to keep it very layman's terms and kind of share my experience. The other thing that has been going on, and since my wedding, you guys may notice, may not, I mean, to each their own, but I have put on some weight, I have put on some fat, I have lost some muscle, and I have stopped tracking macros. I've stopped tracking anything really ever since we really got back from the wedding. So if you guys want to back up and watch this video, kind of an update on what happened ever since my wedding, you'll kind of understand since we got back from Thailand in October, life flipped upside down. I mean, we had so much family tragedy, family loss, family changes. It was a lot. It was a lot to handle. Once I came back from all of that, Wyatt and I made the decision to move cross country. So we made the decision to move back home, and then we did it in 3 weeks. Ever since the wedding, you add in 4 weeks, then you add in 3 weeks, 7.5, I would say 8 weeks, so about 2 months comfortably. That's middle of October, November, all the way to like around December. Ever since then, I mean, that's what our life was. It was an immediate throw into the fire, and we had to hang on tight and enjoy the ride. The priority of physique for both Wyatt and I has just not taken first place. Before, when we were like shredding for the wedding and that's it, that's all we had to focus on. That was it. We were just planning for the wedding. We weren't planning a big move. We weren't planning anything. And so we were just one track minded. We could really hammer in on our strength goals, our fitness goals, our physique goals, and achieve those quite greatly. You know, we were in routines. We were hitting the gym every day, like 5 days a week. I was doing boot camp at least 3 times a week. I was walking outside all the time with my dogs. You know, Florida involves different living conditions. So ever since I moved back to Columbus, it's been hard for me to get outside, to move, to walk, to even get to the gym. I've had a back injury. I've barely been able to walk. I finally feel good, but I'm not pushing myself. I'm now in physical therapy. The place where I want to do burn boot camp is still 40 minutes away, which now that we're moving, we'll be closer to, because we're going to be in our like home area, but we're just very spread out right now. With that, macros and the gym and everything has really taken a back seat. And I'm here to tell you that number one, it is completely okay for that to happen. Number two, there's a difference between completely falling off and giving yourself grace. To completely fall off could result in things like eating disorders, overeating, even undereating, orthorexia, so like being obsessed with the gym, or the complete opposite, which is just not moving at all and being sedentary. So that would be considered, in my opinion, falling off, right? You're completely reverting from what you know and what you're educated on and going completely south. Now, giving yourself grace is a little bit of a different mindset, in my opinion. It's knowing that, hey, I have health and fitness goals. I know what I need to be doing, but right now I can't give 100%. You know, my job's coming first. My marriage is coming first. My home buying experience is coming first, or enjoying my family for the holidays is coming first. And knowing that this too will pass, but give yourself grace knowing that now is just not the time to commit. It's just like people that come in to, say, one of my like 6-week challenges and they really want to lose fat. I totally get that a lot of us out there want to lose fat, we want to recomp our bodies, we want to change it up. But sometimes in terms of certain variables and certain changes in the year, different seasons, that is just not an applicable goal for that moment in time. So as I continue to kind of go into 2020, I'm really rehammering out my goals. You know, what do I want out of health and fitness anymore? What do I really want to experience, and what do I really want to share? And I've realized a few things. Number one, I do not want to compete again. Competing really damaged my ability to have grace for myself, the ability for me to look at myself and be proud of what I've built, and also the look of a body that is in shape and healthy versus overdone and weak and mentally not okay. You know, it gave me this weird distortion of myself. And as much as I thought, oh, that never happened to me, like I'm strong, I know who I am, I'm strong, it did. And I don't want it to happen again. You know, even coming out of like certain cuts, naturally I can get pretty lean. You know, I really can. I don't hold a ton of fat mass naturally, like it's just not in my genetic makeup, as well as just how my body has recomped over the years. So when I get into these lean phases of a cut, there is a time and place where I get to a point where I then only see myself as like fat, or that I let myself go. And this is the first time in my whole fitness career that not only have I A, not had a coach, B, really had a goal, but C, I look at myself in the morning and I'm okay with not like being shredded. I don't even care. Like there's some days where I wake up and I don't even look at myself in the best way possible, because like that's normal. You just wake up and you get changed, right? But a lot of times I found myself waking up and having to ab check, or like having to flex, or like feel my biceps or see my shoulders to know that I was still like in shape. So I'm really relearning my body and my ability to be proud of what I have. Now through the past 3, almost 4 months, it's been hard for me to be in a gym routine. I was crushing my bride guide. I was testing workouts for timeless. I did my timeless guide, and then now I'm gonna prepare to do my 6 weeks to slay challenge. But outside of that, because of my injuries, because of traveling, because of being so back and forth, it's been hard for me to find a routine. And again, I'm here to just share this because a lot of you guys probably think I just have my shit together all the time. And the reality is like, I don't. And I try to be very vulnerable about that. But if you're someone who like hasn't tuned in a while, or you're just curious, like it's not, like my shit is not together. I am struggling getting into the gym, especially with an injury. I'm excited to start my 6 weeks to slay challenge and hopefully lose a little bit of body fat fat, and by a little bit, I'm talking just kind of get into consistency again. My body and yours too, if you're going through the same thing, a lot of what we hold on to when we're out of routine is gonna be a lot of water weight and just retention in areas that we're thinking we just gained fat. It takes a lot of caloric surplus to gain an added amount of fat. If you're just having kind of these up and down bob days, it's not like an excess amount of fat has actually been added, but because consistency is taken out of the equation, your body is going to retain and hold on to a lot of water. So for 6 weeks to slay, I do wanna let go of that water. I wanna find consistency again. I wanna get back into tracking macros maybe 4 out of 7 days of the week. I think that that would be very healthy for me. And because I haven't really been in the gym and because my calories have been kind of up and down, low and high since the wedding and since I was cutting, I lost a lot of muscle. And same thing, at first I was just so torn up about this because I'm thinking in my head, how am I supposed to be a fitspo? How am I supposed to share my health and wellness journey when I'm losing muscle? You know, when I'm not even in the gym to maintain my current physique. Again, that's where I've really taken a step back and have learned that like it's okay for me to look the way I look. And again, it comes along with this distortion of what I think I look like. I think I look like a twig, but I don't. Like I have muscle mass, it's evident, but I'm just not as full and not as, you know, pumped as I used to be because that routine that I was in has been gone. And again, like that's completely okay, but I'm learning again to just back off, do what makes me feel good, do what makes me feel happy, do what makes me feel mentally sane, and then adjusting from there. With my current goals, I do want to get back into burn boot camp. I want to start going 3 times a week. Obviously, as my back prohibits, I am taking care of this injury. I want to stay in the gym at about 4 days a week, maybe 5, and I do want to add in a day of like yoga or Pilates. I really want to learn something new. On the days where I'm planning to do burn boot camp, I do plan to also do weightlifting. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of format my weightlifting for maybe a 6-week spread, a little bit lower impact, and just go after burn boot camp and finish up, say 30 minutes of the opposing muscle group that we work in burn boot camp. Say I go to like an arm circuit day. I'm going to go to the gym and maybe I'll actually hit legs for like 30 minutes, or I'll hit back, or just triceps alone, or a little bit of shoulders. So same thing, vice versa, any different class format. I do really want to also include Pilates and yoga because not only do I think it would help me really calm my mind and just kind of like learn a new hobby, I guess, but I also think it would be very good on my back and my joints to relearn body weight stability and functional training in the way of yoga. And then in terms of macros, again, like I kind of shared already, I do plan on getting back to tracking macros and tracking them maybe 4 to 5 days a week. For maybe a few weeks, I might get into about a weekly tracking for, you know, say maybe a month. I do track every day. That's just simply to like reinstate the habit and get back into routine and swing of things because I literally haven't touched a scale in like forever. I do think that at the end of the day, my goal is to only track 4 days a week. And I think that that's a healthy amount. And by tracking, I might even just mean like eyeballing things, not actually weighing everything out, but taking a very loose tracking approach versus so strict. After almost, let me see, this will be 4 years since I started my fitness journey. This year is gonna be 4 years. That's insane. In March will be my anniversary of starting my actual like fitness journey outside of college athletics. And I do really wanna say I'm so over macros. Like I really am. I think that they're such a tool anyone should learn, and it's very valuable to learn, but it is something that you should also learn when to call it quits or when to find a balance between tracking and not tracking. And because I've been with such involved coaches, if you want to call it bodybuilding style coaches and not lifestyle coaches, they've always pressured me to like track every day, and at the time that's maybe what I needed, but now like that's not what I need at all. So I think also this experience of kind of just reopening my eyes has shown me how I want to be as a coach and how I want to continue to be as a coach. So teaching my girls balance, teaching them happiness, teaching them the value of nutrition and health, but also teaching them the value of being present and making memories with their families and not letting it control their every move like I wish I wouldn't have had to do. For the most part, that's kind of like the gist of my upcoming goals and my fitness goals, my physique. I'm not weighing myself. I don't really think I should. Again, I know what's good for me mentally, and I don't think looking at a scale would be. You know, I just don't think it's necessary for me. And it's something that I'm finally ready to just kind of not deal with for a little bit. I'm not saying it wouldn't come back and I wouldn't start weighing myself even just monthly to know kind of where I'm at to maintain. It's just not something that I really want to introduce right now. So if you're someone out there who's kind of gone through the same thing as me the past few months, or maybe even just since the holiday season started, trust me, girl, I'm there with you, and as you just see, I'm trying to come out of it with you. So 2020 has so much fun things ahead, and I'm really excited to see where it brings me mentally and also physically, but I'm excited to also share a new realm of fitness, as I have been with you guys, but just truly embracing the lifestyle and embracing the happiness that health and wellness really brings me. If you're someone that's interested in my 6 weeks to slay challenge that I myself am also doing alongside my challenge enrollees, make sure that you click the description box below or click the little tab in one of these corners for more information. This is my 6-week challenge. It's a transformation challenge. We do about 3 to 4 a year, my assistant coach Emily and I, who is a registered dietitian, and we just really want to put out there a solid quality challenge for people that are looking to transform with the right intentions in front of them. You know, this isn't gonna be a quick fix. This isn't something where we crash diet our clients. This is where we're teaching you the longevity of being healthy and having fitness a part of your lifestyle. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I wanted it to be very raw, and I wanted it to be very honest and just kind of open, just an open book for me to chat with you guys. And I haven't done that in a while, so I'm excited to be back. Hopefully I can set this baby up in the house that we rent, but if not, we're gonna figure it out. Full day of eatings are gonna come. I might add some full workouts. So if you guys are looking for anything specific to, you know, listen to or watch, please let me know below. This can be hard sometimes, like figuring out what your forte is. And I love YouTube so much, so I hope that you guys love it too. But have a great day. I'll see you guys in next week's video, where I probably will be sitting down and discussing some other things with you. But until then, I hope that you have a great day. Check out my latest videos, hype them up, give them a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, give this video a thumbs up, comment below, click the bell so you never miss a video from me. I'll see you guys in next week's vid.